Event professionals, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked out of an event knowing it went really well and still felt that pit in your stomach when leadership asked, so how did it do? And sometimes leadership was literally there. They saw the room, they felt the energy, and you're standing there thinking, what do you mean, how did it do? You were on site. So here's the problem, and it's a bit of a double-edged sword and a little bit frustrating and a little bit annoying. As event professionals, we're responsible for every single detail, every timeline, every vendor, every transition. We're also the boots on the ground. We see everything, every detail, the late speaker, the mic issues, the wrinkled linens. So when leadership asks how the event went, our brain goes to, oh no, did they notice that thing? Or maybe that other thing? Or the tiny issue that I just haven't stopped thinking about since Friday. But that's not what they're asking. They're not asking if speaker number 7 was actually late to the mic. They're not asking if someone waited too long in the valet line. What they're really asking is, what did this event do? What did it make shift? Was it the audience? Was it behavior? Was it emotion? Was it alignment? Or even, best of all, revenue? They're asking about the big picture, not the micro moments that live rent-free in our heads. And here's the real issue. Event professionals are never taught how to answer that question. Most planners work their way up through really good execution, logistics, timelines, problem solving. At no point in Event Planning 101 or the School of Hard Knocks are we taught to communicate impact in leadership language. So we talk about events one way. Leadership hears them another way. Events team look at events and think, did the room look good? Was the timing tight? Were people happy and engaged? And then leadership looks at the same event and asks questions like, what did this do for the business? Like, should we do it again? Did it justify the investment? And just to make things even more complex, we have marketing in the mix. They're sitting in the middle, measuring success through goals, KPIs. The event team may not even be fully aware of these things. So now we have 3 groups. We have 3 different languages. And that gap is real. It's a real problem in the events industry. And I didn't fully understand this until a few years ago. I took a step back and I looked at every single event that I truly considered successful, all of my clients, and I looked at them and I thought the ones that my clients talked about success and the way I talked about success was totally different. And what was really unsettling to me is that when I thought an event was successful and my client thought the event was successful, they were for 2 different reasons. That disconnect matters when clients are spending hundreds and thousands of dollars. So let me give you a quick example. I once planned a really stunning holiday event. It was really spectacular. The client was thrilled during the event. At one point, a bartender put out a tip jar. It was a hosted bar. I caught it quickly, I fixed it, and it was resolved in under 10 minutes. The party continued, everything felt great, and then Monday morning rolled around. Suddenly, the conversation turned to how valet took too long, how someone thought the sweet potatoes tasted a little burnt, how small details snowballed into this narrative of complete disappointment, months of planning, close to 6 figures invested, and in the client's mind, the event wasn't successful. So looking back, I was pretty disappointed. But the issue wasn't the event. It was that I never clearly defined what success actually meant. I let someone else to decide what success looked like after the fact. I don't do that anymore. Now, before I make a single logistical decision, I can answer these 3 questions. Did this move something? Would we do it again? What changed because of it? Because here's the reality. If you talk about your event like a moment, leadership hears cost. If you talk about it like a business decision, that's when they hear value. You can keep proving your worth after every single event. or you can design events that justify themselves. And that's why I created my free guide, Why Great Events Still Fail to Prove ROI. Because the problem isn't that events don't work, it's that no one taught us how to translate their impact. Grab it in the link below and learn how to speak the language